She's alive. Alive!
So we're going to do some of our time traveling magic again. But before we do, because we're going to leave that for news, we're going to get into something you mentioned to me this week.
What?
That I never really fucking thought about until you brought it up. And then
you watch Predator with
that's
subtitles?
It. We were there, right? And we're sitting there and we were talking about watching Rare Exports. And I saw that Rare Exports was
mostly subtitles.
Well, it's up on Wikipedia. It's English Finnish, right? So I assumed it had been dubbed or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. I wonder which version we'll get. And then we press play, and everyone's speaking English. It's like, all right, we got the English version. Then they go to the Finnish people, and they're all speaking Finnish. But I'm like, oh, this movie looks really, really good. I'm gonna watch it. And it's not that I have a problem with subtitle movies. My problem usually is I don't want it because a movie is it's visual. You want to see everything. I don't want to be distracted with reading while I'm watching, you know?
But do you not take it all in, as in like a glance down and then...
I do, but that's not the way I think about it before I go into it.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of fucking sitting there and I'm like, all right, it's grand. It's not a big deal. I really want to watch this movie. It's a fucking awesome movie. We'll talk about it more later. But, we're watching. I'm like, this isn't so bad. I actually don't pay much attention to it. Like you said, it's more of a quick glance to see what they're saying, and I am kind of watching what's on the screen. Everything's fine. And I'm like, I might do this more often. There's so many good fucking horror movies that I just won't watch because
that you haven't seen yet.
I couldn't be bothered because of the language barrier. And you looked at me and you're like, you didn't even think about this last week when we put on Predator Badlands. And I was like, oh yeah.
And that's pretty much English and Yautja.
Nobody in there speaking English either, is there? Are there? Bar the androids eventually, but
you're watching most of that subtitled as well, right? So I mean,
maybe it's time to start broadening my horizons.
Being an adult about it. I don't want to do the
But it's not because it's like The Ugly Sister. I've been dying to watch The Ugly Sister.
So have I. For months.
I keep putting it off. And it's just because it's like, I don't feel like
many now that
tonight.
You're okay with subtitles, thank God, because you've never seen Pan's Labyrinth. You've never seen Parasite. There's so many good movies. This has opened up a whole new world for you, Josh.
But it's not just... And I wouldn't mind because Riley started complaining. What were we watching the last day? Oh... I didn't want to go to...
What was it?
There was...
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, there was a Mexican rip of fucking Five Nights at Freddy's that showed up online and I didn't want to go to the cinema to see it. So we watched that version and the kid was giving out the whole way through. He was like, the subtitles at the end, Dad, they keep distracting me. And I understand what he means. Because if it was the same, like, we watched Frey Waka last night.
We did?
No, I have no excuse for not watching that due to subtitles.
Because it's your native fucking language.
I speak Irish, I speak English. It's not a problem. No. And to be fair, the Irish in Frey Waka is fairly basic. That even if you had like a fairly basic knowledge of the language,
felt like they hit all the buzz phrases. Like the phrases you've heard of.
You'd be able to keep up with a lot of it.
Yeah.
But again, even though I know the language, I did keep finding myself looking down at the subtitles. We watched the Kneecap movie.
I tried my best not to.
I did too, but it was the same with the Kneecap movie. We watched the Kneecap movie the night before we went to see Kneecap. And I'd seen it before, but it was the same. I understand everything they're saying, but I still find myself reading the subtitles.
Go back down every so often, Once the subtitles are there, it's hard not to look at them.
Even if it's in English.
I would still look at the subtitles.
I would still end up reading the
subtitles. And when it's in English halfway through it, I'd be like, why the fuck are you reading the subtitles?
Yep. So they just distract me sometimes, and that just puts me off the idea of wanting to sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
But no, I've been won over now with Rare Exports.
Good.
That one has gotten me.
Tomorrow night, so it's Pan's Labyrinth.
Or The Ugly Stepsister. I'm still in my Christmas movies kind of thing, though.
Pan's Labyrinth is Christmassy. There's snow.
And when I say that about fucking a bunch of other movies, you're like, it doesn't count.
I have given up at this stage, Josh.
Count.
I have given up at this stage.
Gremlins, they talk about Christmas in the fucking movie. There's a whole Christmas theme around Gremlins.
That's Gremlins, though. I have agreed with you.
He got great. Do you know how he got Gizmo? Fucking Christmas present.
Are you sure? Because his dad brought that home.
As a Christmas present.
Okay.
I've
seen it so many times.
So, yeah. I fucking, No.
All right, Snow, Josh.
So
I'm just going to keep with this.
Well, apparently, when I fucking said technically that I thought that Edward Scissorhands was a Christmas movie, you told me it wasn't because there was snow and it didn't make it a Christmas movie because there was also parts of it where he was not in Christmas.
Well, yeah, he's up. That's snowy because he's up there.
I think everything Tim Burton does just feels like a gothic
It's
Christmas
the music
movie.
And all. Like the music all lends a hand in that.
Well, I mean, look at his other work, A Nightmare Before Christmas. Batman is it happens at Christmas.
But you've never called Batman a Christmas movie.
The original Batman?
The one with Christopher Walken in it. Is that the one with where there's a Christmas tree? Catwoman. Catwoman's in that one, Christmas tree, isn't she?
All of them Christmas movies?
They're turning on the lights. Isn't that
yeah, but does that happen in Batman or Batman Returns? Batman Returns, there's a parade in both of them.
Okay, 2 seconds.
There's a parade in both of them because in the original, you have the Joker comes along with his parade, and that's when they start kicking up shit around the place. And in the second one, it's the Penguin during that parade is when they steal the kids or the Christopher Walken's son.
Batman Returns.
That's the Christmas one.
The one with Michael Keaton in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Michael Keaton's in both.
He's
those
in
movies.
both those movies. That is true. Also, Batman Arkham Origins. I know that's a game, but apparently
I'm telling you, it is just a Tim Burton thing. He just makes things feel Christmassy. No, here's how we did our little bit of magic, right?
What magic?
How the day this show will have seemingly aired to the rest of the world
Last Friday night?
in the future will conflict with the date of someone's death. Making it seem
sugar.
like we found out about it 2 or 3 days earlier than everybody else.
Rob's son told us what was going on. No,
we knew he was coming. I'll tell you one thing before we get into that. Whew. So we went to see Kneecap on Friday night.
Yes.
Which is why we didn't get this done.
No.
And then we thought we'd have it done Saturday. We were pretty fucked
All
Saturday.
weekend.
And then Sunday came and we were still pretty fucked.
I couldn't move yesterday. I was so sore.
I know it's Monday and I'll be honest with you, you're getting low energy today.
Yeah, I've been awake since 4. We're now at 9 o'clock.
I'm still not right.
Says you, how many? 12 hours sleep?
Fucking wrecked, man.
I got 2 hours.
Anyway, movie news. And this is horror news because this guy was a horror director. He did a horror directing.
He did. He did The Last Boys, didn't he?
No.
Oh, no. Stand By Me.
And Misery.
And Misery. He also did The Princess Bride. He did A Few Good Men. There's loads of them.
And he was Meathead in All in the Family.
He was Meathead.
So yeah, Rob Reiner. Murdered
what
by
a
his
shitty
son.
way to go. Shitty way to go. I saw that he had a stroke. No.
I saw both of them had that. See, that's the thing. It's really
It's
early
hard
now
to know,
tell
yeah.
what the hell went on because we only found out last night that it happened and everyone was able to guess that
I
it
was
was
going to
them
bed.
because of the age of the victims. So that kind of gave it away who the victims were.
Well, it was Rob Reiner's house. And it was
78-year-old and a 68-year-old were murdered inside it. Rob Reiner turned 78 like a couple of weeks ago.
We know that he had a fight at Conan O'Brien's.
This is the thing.
Right.
Everything we say here is what we have read online in the last 24 hours since this news has broke. So what we know is that there's a possibility his son has a drug problem. That he had a massive massive argument with his son at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party.
Mm-hmm.
And his son has now been arrested for the murder of both him and his wife.
Was his wife the son's mom as well?
I think so.
Okay.
I know he has a daughter with another woman.
Okay.
Because she said she's shocked by the whole thing.
Obviously.
And his last movie would have been this was Spinal Tap 2.
Yeah. What a shitty way to... Because usually when you hear of, like last night, when I first heard it, and you hear of like 2 people in the one house, it's not usually like Gene Hackman. You kind of think that there's either been foul play or murder-suicide, exactly. But it didn't make sense to me because I was like, he's just Spinal Tap. He's on a good year, like, show that kind of way.
Yeah. Unless South Park was right and she sparked up a cigarette right in front of him and he just snapped. Because that's the first place I actually heard Rob Reiner's name. I didn't know who Rob Reiner was until South Park did an episode on him.
I heard his name, but I didn't associate with the person that, as in, I didn't associate with the Rob Reiner.
And then when I watched All in the Family, like last year or the year before, And I was like, that's Rob Reiner, the fat dude with the bald head and all that shit. And then I really started looking him up and I realized, oh, geez, he's done Spinal Tap. He's done Misery. He's done fucking Stand By Me. Yeah. Stand By Me is one of my favorite Stephen King movies. You know? Misery, another one of my favorites.
He liked King.
Huh?
He liked Stephen
King. Obviously liked him.
Well,
let him fucking make these movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, tragic way to start Christmas.
When Harry Met Sally. Wolf of Wall Street.
He had something to do with it, but that's a Scorsese movie.
I don't think he directed it. No, he didn't direct it. He could have
directed it.
Is he in it?
I think he might make an appearance in it. You have to remember he also acted.
Archie Bunker's Place?
Well, yeah, he was fucking Meathead.
Oh, because it's sorry, Archie Bunker's Place is a follow-on from All in the Family. Yeah, All in the Family. I forgot that.
Does his wife die in that? She dies and then he continues
he goes
on
Archie
with
Bunker's Place. Yeah, he goes on with the pub.
Yeah. I can't really remember. But yeah, sad news to start it off. But what can you do? This shit happens.
I might watch this. I haven't watched that. The Story of Anvil.
Keep your kids off drugs, people.
What? The Story of Anvil? No. His son. Yeah.
Speaking of drugs, that's what I will say, right? I understand from watching the Kneecap movie why some parents might be like, oh, they're glorifying drugs too much, because even you and me were watching the movie and they're like, they're making these drugs seem so much fun.
That bus, I would have got on that bus.
Like this all seems amazing. They don't show you the dark side of drugs. No. Obviously everything they're doing in it is recreational drugs and all that stuff. But I mean, the one joint before their fucking concert told me that I cannot be in public with any form of drugs whatsoever.
Yeah, I knew I hit my limit when we were passing. We were going through the car park and there was like these small little lampposts, but they had these two things sticking out of either side of the lamppost and they're all the same height. Every single one of them are the same height. And I was coming up against every single one of them going, oh shit, am I going to make it under that? Oh shit, am I going to make it under that? At that stage, I was like, yeah, well, need some fresh air.
Fresh air. I just walked up there and I was like, oh man, I'm stoned. I shouldn't be here. I need to go home.
But you stuck it out.
20. I knew myself.
You had a good night.
I've been at this a long time. 20 minutes and I knew I'd be fine. So 20 minutes sitting outside drinking a beer and then suddenly it was like, okay, I feel good again.
That was a nice drink before the concert. I enjoyed that one. It felt like we were VIPs because for some reason people just started queuing behind us. We're out in the smoking area. Do you remember we looked and there was people queuing down the steps? It was like, lads.
Wrong spot.
Keep moving. Come on in.
It was alright. It's good. I just need energy, you know. All right, let's look at some movie news. Yeah. So Sony Pictures is officially moving forward with a third film in the 28 years later franchise following the strong early reactions to The Bone Temple. Oscar-winning screenwriter Alex Garland is writing the script for the next installment, and Cillian Murphy, who originated the role of Jim in 28 Days Later and appears briefly in The Bone Temple, is currently in talks to return to the... I thought he was already confirmed. I knew he was confirmed for part 2, but people were getting confused because he wasn't going to be turning up in part 1. But I was like, no, he wasn't going to be in part 1. He was definitely confirmed for part 2. I thought the idea was for him to show up in part 2 to lead into.
Yeah, I thought. 3. Yeah, actually, that's familiar. That was kind of establishing him as the bigger character then in part 3.
But I'm surprised that they're only talking.
Maybe he needed to see how these Peaky Blinder movies and his schedule were going to play out.
All it says here is that the first 2 were filmed back to back, and Murphy has hinted he'll be more involved in the third movie if the second performs.
That's what I read. That's what I remember from last go around when part 1 came out, was that he hinted that his involvement with the third one depended on how successful part 2 was.
This, if you're shit, I'm not doing it.
You can't afford my paycheck. Shit. I'm an Oscar winner now.
Here's some interesting bit of news that came out this week.
Wow.
So Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah. How true is this?
Well, Scream 7 has been through major changes behind the scenes, and an earlier version of the story would have had Sam Carpenter, Melissa Barrera, the daughter of the original killer Billy Loomis, becoming the new Ghostface killer.
Should she not be rehired now?
Completing a trilogy arc about her struggle with her father's violent legacy. Why?
Because she spoke out against Israel, didn't she?
But the stories all move forward. No, it's
stories all move forward. I'd be looking for my fucking job back.
Would you want it back?
No, I actually wouldn't want it back, but I'd want some kind of fucking...
I would assume she'll turn up eventually and again.
She'd have to, considering how many Hollywood people are coming out in support of Palestine. You can't fire one and laud the others. Like, do you know what I mean?
So this twist was discussed by Scream franchise alum Skeet Ulrich, who revealed the idea during an interview. But the plan was ultimately scrapped after Barrera was fired from the project and the movie was redeveloped with a new creative team and focus. Mm-hmm. As a result, Sam won't be the killer in the new film, and Ulrich is not set to appear in Scream 7 despite fan theories and earlier hints suggesting otherwise.
I thought the IMDb page said that he was involved with that.
But it hits at a lot of things, right? Or no, to extend on this a little bit. He said basically the idea is that because I think if you watch the movies, the last two movies, you can see she's got a very, very violent streak.
Oh, she does. Absolutely. She gets that from Billy. Like
the ending of both movies, she is vicious.
Yeah.
Compared to the others. I mean, there was no need.
It was a Rob Zombie, Michael Myers kind of setup. Like.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could see she was heading that way, but like how, I don't know. I would have been interested to see how they pulled it off, but at the same time, very worried that it would have been a fuck up. I think, you know, what would be a cool idea now? Would be to give it a little while. And if they're going to bring her back as a Ghostface killer then, where she's not... Twist us a little bit, catch us with it a little bit, and have
her be a survivor, but have her kind of snap and be like...
Have her not on the screen the entire fucking movie.
People get upset. People will get upset.
No idea. So everybody is watching everybody else, and then finally she pulls off the mask and goes for Sydney, saying, "You're the one who fucked my father up day one."
I like that idea, but considering that Scream is pretty much a kind of like, it is a whodunit, like, you know.
Yeah, but it's
is
also
it going to upset people if they did that?
Prescott fucking affair for the majority of the franchise.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I think
if you could get Jenna Ortega back, get both of them back, and keep it hidden that Melissa Barrera is back. And then have Jenna Ortega involved with it. And then Melissa Barrera comes out and Jenna Ortega has to take her down to save Sydney or something like that. But, you know, only finding out herself at the very end. Shit, Sam snapped.
Yeah.
You know, have Jenna... You could even fucking hint with Jenna coming back that, you know, fucking maybe Sam... I don't know where she is anymore. She said she couldn't take it anymore. She's gone off living on. Doing what we always say, doing the old Jamie Lee Curtis job or Sydney
off
job.
Grade in her bunker.
Hidden, I'm not going to be seen anymore kind of fucking thing. And then just have her forgotten about. So it's planted in your brain that she is around there somewhere, you know. So there is still that whodunit of, I bet you it's Sam.
Like the same way there is that we know that he's there somewhere.
But it also brings about the idea of Skeet Ulrich not being involved, kind of opens us up to this whole thing of the flashback theory not being a thing.
For Matthew Lillard, you mean?
And Scott Foley. Scott Foley?
Scott Foley.
Yeah, Scott Foley. Because
is Scott Foley not Kids in the Hall?
No, that's Dave Foley.
Dave Foley.
That's why I stuttered as well for a second. So Scott Foley, my theory was always that it'll show him, they'll do flashback of him kind of, I don't know, mentoring the two boys. But obviously that's not going to be the case now because Billy isn't going to be involved. So it's rather going to be an AI fucking thing or one of those two survive. We know the only person that could have survived is Stu.
Is Matthew Lillard.
Yeah. He's the only one that hasn't taken a bullet to the
brain. I
think
if he does survive, though, he'd want to have substantial facial scars because that's the whole fucking TV in your face with electricity.
Unless Twist.
It wasn't Matthew.
Roman Bridger wasn't the only child. He was one of a twin. And his twin has come back to get them.
That's like a simple favor doing the whole triplets
They
thing.
did it in Dexter.
Oh, Jesus. No, okay,
Is
that's
the Gemini
fine.
killer?
Yeah, but that was perfectly done, Josh. That was perfect. perfect. That was the only instance that I can think of the twin being a good storyline, being like, oh, this isn't a cop, thinking that it's a cop out. Well, they did it in a simple favor. I know it's not hard, but the minute I heard it was triplets this time instead of twins in the last movie, I was like, do you know what? Go away with yourself.
We only got like 2.5 months left to wait, so.
Yay.
It's not that long. Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
And speaking of the Gemini Killer.
Yes, David Dismalchian has officially joined the cast of Killscreen, an upcoming meta horror thriller directed by Wolf Creek creator Greg McLean. The film's previous title, The Horror Game, stars Ella Balanska as a young woman searching for her missing sister. She and 3 friends become trapped in a deadly virtual reality horror game where each level thrusts them into a different horror subgenre: slasher, zombies, supernatural, psychological, etc. They soon learn that if they die in the game, they die in real life. And must confront the game's sadistic creator, the role the Dismalchian will play to survive. The screenplay is by Gus Grieger, and the project is currently in pre-production.
Well, considering it's an Australian movie, I'm on board already.
The only thing is it not very similar to your host?
Yes.
With Jackie Earl Ray.
Yeah, this is virtual reality though. I wonder, is it more like the episode of Black Mirror? Is it Jesse Plemons that's in that? I can't think of who was in it, but he goes into the virtual reality thing. But there's like a little patch here, and he goes in, but you can die.
In the house.
Yeah.
And you don't really realize it's virtual reality till the very, very end.
Yeah. I wonder if it's something onto that where if you die in the game, you die in real life, kind of thing.
But it sounds like a virtual reality version of your host.
Your host was good.
Yeah. I'd be interested. Look, David Dismalchian rarely. I can't think of anything that I've seen him in where I was like, he sucks.
Even when he was the ball guy, I loved him as that in
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Yeah, he was fantastic.
He's been that's the thing. He's been around, like, heavily involved in DC comic work as he has been horror stuff.
Yeah.
Because he obviously was one of the Joker's minions in The Dark Knight.
He
was one of the Joker's minions. He's one of the Joker cult leaders in Gotham.
He fucking is.
You think he is?
Yeah.
What were the name of the Joker? You think he's Jerome, or he's something to do with Jerome in it? Because remember, does he have the fucking skin mask or something like that? And then eventually he brings Jerome back out of his coma and he kills him.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a picture of him here in Gotham. He has
Jerome. What was the other guy's name? There was 2 Jokers, Jerome and the twins. Fucking twins again. I'm telling you, Amy, that's what's happening here. Roman Bridger had a twin. I guarantee you, this is what's going to fucking happen.
It's Jerome's twin. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they're Jerome and
Jeremy? Jeremiah Velasquez.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It's Jerome Velasquez and Jeremiah Velasquez.
And then they kind of get fucked up because one of them is very much Heath Ledger Joker. The other one is very much normal Joker.
Jerome is Heath Ledger Joker, isn't he?
Then they kind of get all fucked up in the vat and they come out looking all kind of, I assume what Barry Keoghan's Joker's going to look like.
Oh, I forgot. We're still getting that. Yeah, that hasn't been shelved or anything like that. It's just been so long I've forgotten about it.
No. That's on its way. It's not. They're on it. It's coming. I think what's happening first is they're doing that. It's coming out next year. Is the Clayface movie?
Not with what's his name?
No, but it's going to be a body horror.
Okay.
Rated R movie, like.
Okay, cool. Looking forward to
that should be good. Speaking of sequels, yes. Fuck Five Nights at Freddy's. I want more Willy's Wonderland. Now, nothing has officially been greenlit yet, but the director Kevin Lewis and Nicolas Cage himself say they have plenty of ideas for follow-ups, possibly even multiple sequels set in the same world. Lewis mentioned in a recent interview that Nick had a cool idea they're exploring along with several other concepts, and that the Willy's Wonderland universe could be expanded beyond the original film stories. Fans haven't seen an official announcement or release date yet, but the creative team seems interested in making Willy's Wonderland 2 happen.
Well, they can if they make it a franchise.
Let's fucking face it. Nick Cage just wants another job where he doesn't have to learn any lines.
No lines, just drink. And what was it?
I got a tax bill to pay.
It was not Monster. It was an energy drink, though, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Like Rockstar or something. So I think it's a real energy drink. Did we look this up and we can actually get it?
You were just crushing those drinks, playing some pinball and killing some animatronics.
He didn't get one heart attack at all that day. He downed them like there was no time.
Fucking busting out all those animals. And they beat Five Nights at Freddy's to the fucking cinema. They were out a few years before that movie was. Five Nights at Freddy's is fine, but it is very...
I enjoyed the first one better.
For me, I think, again, especially when it comes to video game movies, if you're not into the video game, you're not going to get a lot of...
Oh, well, the lads, I mean, like, they were explaining references left, right, and centre. They were getting so excited. It was nice how excited they were getting about this movie. You know yourself what it's like when something that you really, really absorbed in, like, and you get the movie to go with it. They were so cute.
Last up is so a new clip from Silent Night, Deadly Night, the remake, which is now out, and we have seen has gone viral online, showing the movie's killer Santa slashing his way through a room full of Nazis at a white power Christmas party. In the footage, Santa, played by Rowan Campbell, arrives at what looks like a festive gathering, only to find Nazi decorations and symbols. Then goes back to grab an axe and brutally attacks the group in graphic fashion. The remake itself is a reimagining of the controversial 1984 slasher where Billy, haunted by a traumatic past, dons the Santa suit and unleashes holiday-themed violence on anyone deemed naughty.
I had to keep reminding myself that people weren't allowed into that party with guns because he's there and he's surrounded by like all these Nazis. And it's like, how is nobody surely like, yeah.
But that's it. This is the thing, right? Because we talked Silent Night, Deadly Night last week.
We did,
right?
Yeah. The original,
and I literally say that this fucking franchise is like a choose your own adventure. It'll cater to whatever you fucking want it to
just pick the movie.
And this one, it was no different. This movie is, if you're going in there expecting a remake of the original Silent Night, Deadly Night, you're gonna be let down. If you're going in there looking for a fun fucking comedy horror that's just batshit crazy, you're gonna be happy. We were happy.
I was delighted with it. It was a good little movie.
This is like, imagine Dexter
mixed with Venom.
Dexter, except he never had his father to direct him correctly, and instead had some sort of symbiote like fucking Venom stuck inside of him instead, who is talking to him constantly, and he's talking back to it, and they are genuinely only taking out bad people in this movie.
The advent calendar is sick, though.
Which is very Dexter-like again.
It's very Dexter-like. He has his trophies, but
there's like a lot of that. I can see people shitting all over. I can see hardcore old school Silent Night, Deadly Night fans shitting it. But then again, I would say, go away and watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, 4, 5. Tell me this is any different to the rest of the variations made over the years.
Just take it as a different universe. If that helps you.
And even Silent Night itself, the last remake, that was completely different.
Yeah.
This is closer to the original than any of the rest, but still further from the original than any of the rest. So yeah, I just take it as a new movie, man, with the same name.
Well, it's fantastic. It is a good movie.
Way to describe it. The only thing that's consistent in most of these Silent Night, Deadly Night movies,
costume.
No, is someone will be impaled on a set of antlers in nearly every last one of these movies.
Oh, yeah.
Well, any that involves the brothers themselves.
Was there any antler impaling in the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have closed my eyes for a second.
Sure is.
Can't remember that one.
He kind of pushes her. It's lower. He doesn't lift her up and hang her on it. He kind of just pushes her into it.
Okay.
And it goes through the same spot.
Okay.
But it's in there. They make sure it's in Silent Night, Deadly Night 1 and 2, but it's the same one in 1 and 2.
That's going to be my Christmas jumper.
How?
I need to find a set of antlers.
It's in Silent Night, and it is in Silent Night, Deadly Night 2025.
Okay.
That's in 4 out of the 8.
Is there 8?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You got Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, 4, and 5 in between. 3 is the one where not Billy, his brother.
Huey?
Fuck me! His brother. Richard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is Bill Moseley with the half exposed brain. And then he is in it's
Ricky, sorry.
Ricky. And then it is Clint Howard in the 4th one.
Yeah.
And then Clint Howard makes a cameo in the 5th one as him. But he's not murderous or bad in any way. He's just a regular old mall Santa. But it's worth the watch. It's funny. It's a Christmas movie, but it does have a big old twist in it compared to the original.
Mm-hmm.
Even down to the evil Santa that kills his parents. There's a big old twist to that as well. That kind of caught me off guard because I couldn't work out how that was working.
Did that not click with you nearly straight away?
I knew who it was, but I didn't know why they were so friendly with each other.
Okay, I get you. Okay, that part I understand.
All right, let's crack on with these reviews and get out of here because holy shit.
Running on steam.
I'm just tired, man. I'm not hungover.
We're too old.
But why is it that, hang on, no. You could give me a bottle of whiskey right now. Throw a bottle of Jack Daniel's Jim Beam in front of me right now. I will drink them flat out, no problem. And tomorrow morning be up sitting here ready to go for you.
But we did a lot of walking, a lot of bopping. Oh, well, yeah, we check the beer is different. We should have just stuck to
I start drinking beer and then suddenly it's like I'm dead to the world for the next week. I had something like, maybe 10 beers Friday night.
Well, I'll be honest, the price of pints are so expensive at the moment. We'd have probably been better off just sticking to whiskey and dash.
And a few whiskeys. But it was just... And maybe like 4 or 5 gummies.
No, I would agree with you, but you've got to take into account like the bopping around that we did, the walking that we did, you know, all that kind of... I mean, that's why my entire body was sore until this morning.
And why were we walking, Amy? Wouldn't be because I told somebody to stay here, do not move, I'll be back from the bathroom in 5 minutes, and then return to find that person was no longer there, and then decided during the music, while the music was blasting extremely, extremely loud in the small, intimate venue, that she was going to continuously ring me over and over and over again, even though every time I answered, she could not hear a word I said, and I instantly responded with text messages saying, "Stop ringing me, text me, I cannot hear you in this music." I had to fucking text you directions to where I was. You still didn't find me.
My favorite was when I was going through my messages the day after. And you text me, you're like, "Amy, where are you?" And I just text back, "I'm here." But I made a good night. I found you by the wall, though, exactly where you said you'd be.
Okay. Reviews. Move on.
Okay.
The rare exports. Give it us.
Love you, really. Okay, well, in the depths of the Corvid Centauri Mountains, 486 meters deep, lies the closest ever guarded secret of Christmas. The time has come to dig it up. This Christmas, everyone will believe in Santa Claus. Directed by Jalmari Helander and starring Oni Tamila, Jorma Tamila, and Peter Jacoby.
So Rare Exports is one of those films that sneaks up on you. On paper, it sounds like a quirky little Finnish holiday oddity, a dark folkloric spin on Santa Claus, but what you actually get is something far more atmospheric and strangely beautiful. It's a Christmas movie that isn't afraid to smudge the edges of the season, turning all that cozy winter magic into something cold, ancient, and genuinely unsettling. What I really admire is how confidently it handles its horror elements. Director Jalmari Helander knows exactly when to show and when to pull back. Instead of leaning into gore and shock value, the movie lets your imagination do most of the heavy lifting. You don't see a whole lot of bad stuff.
You don't.
It's all left in your head, very like Texas Chainsaw in that kind of regard. You see the aftermath, the tension, the dread, but the outright violence is kept just off screen, which somehow makes everything feel just a little bit more dangerous. It taps into that childhood fear that the things you can't see are always worse than the ones you can. It's a clever, almost old-fashioned approach that works perfectly with the film's stark landscape and mythic tone. And speaking of things that work, the cast. This movie lives and dies based on whether you believe the kids at the center of it, and thankfully, they're phenomenal. Oni Tomala he in particular carries so much honesty and raw emotion that you forget how young he is. There's no forced action, no cheap comedy. He plays it straight, grounded, and completely committed. The dynamic with the adults, especially his father, also adds a surprising amount of heart, who was actually his real father, which helps, obviously. The performances give the movie a human anchor amidst all the folklore and fear, and that goes a long way in making the ending land as well as it does. What I love most, though, is how Rare Exports treats Christmas itself. It takes this holiday we all associate with warmth, comfort, and generosity, and digs back into the darker mythology beneath it. The film never loses its sense of fun, but it isn't afraid to twist the familiar into something alien. By the time the credits roll, you're left with a version of Santa Claus you definitely didn't grow up with, and that's exactly the charm. Rare Exports is clever, atmospheric, unexpectedly heartfelt, and confidently made. A perfect watch for anyone who likes their festive cheer with a little frostbite.
There was some genuinely eerie parts in that movie.
Do you think so?
Oh, when they had the guy with the long grey hair kind of tied up and he was like that and he was just staring. That stare gave me a shiver.
I don't know. I didn't find any. I don't know. It was something. It was.
Oh, it was really good. Don't get me wrong. It was a proper Christmas movie. But that part was creepy.
I don't know. This just the whole location of it as well had a very kind of, even though it was old, rural looking, it was pretty. You know?
Oh, well, yeah, pure like winter landscape. Untouched winter landscape. Yeah, it was nice.
And you could tell it was a modern movie, but that they were just in the back arse of nowhere and had nothing.
They were on the border, right on the border between Finland and Russia.
Well, that's the problem. They say that that Santa Claus is actually living under a huge mountain that is technically on the Russian side of the border.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though the Finnish
claim
him.
Yeah.
So it's
maybe the entrance is on the other side.
I don't know. But it's definitely worth a watch. It is a fucking mad fucking movie. I still love that little bit of trivia about the elves. Do you remember that? That the old men from Rare Exports that played the elves were actually just villagers from the nearby village.
Oh, yeah.
And they were invited to be in the movie because they needed a load of old men naked.
They were all delighted to run around naked.
Yeah, happy to run around naked in the snow, even though they could only film for 40 seconds at a time because of their age. So they had 40 seconds of running in the snow, then they'd be huddled into a warm room with teas and coffees and stuff like that, and they'd just sit there playing cards and shit.
Imagine it feels very liberating.
But apparently they sat there balls naked playing cards and drinking coffee and chatting and warming up, and then went back out for 40 seconds and did another run and then back in.
If I was warming up, I had no problem sitting there, but I'd need something around me to warm me back up.
They're fucking used to it at this stage.
Do you think we'd be used to it in Ireland?
Huh?
We'd be used to it here. Freezing.
Oh God. All right, let's move on to Maxine, our subject of It's Alive this week. Go check it out. We just finished it up. It went up last Wednesday. I enjoyed it. I had fun doing it. But let's take a look at the actual movie and not our true crime version.
So in 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Minks finally gets her big break. But as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. Directed by Ty West and starring Charlie Rowan McCain, Simon Prast, and Mia Goth. So,
Maxine is the rare trilogy ender that actually sticks the landing. And that might be a hot take. Some people weren't mad about the ending. I thought it was good. Ty West closes out the X saga with the confidence of a filmmaker who knows exactly what story he's telling and exactly who he's telling it with. And at the center of it all, again, is Mia Goth, who proves for the third time that this world simply doesn't work without her. She's electric in Maxine, pushing Maxine into darker, louder, more chaotic territory while still keeping the strange vulnerability that made her unforgettable in X and Pearl. It's a performance that feels both heightened and human, and it gives the trilogy a proper heartbeat right up to the end. One of the most interesting things West does here is weave real-life horror into fictional nightmare. I wonder who else does that. Folding the Night Stalker murders into Maxine's Hollywood climb adds a layer of tension that creeps in even during the film's glitzy, neon-coded moments. It's a bold move, mixing true crime with a slasher story that's already full of its own mythology, but it works because West never lets it overshadow the characters. Instead, it runs underneath everything like a rattling pipe in the walls. You always feel it, even when you're not looking directly at it. Stylistically, the film is drenched in 80s nostalgia in the best possible way. Not the cheap costume party kind, the lived-in kind. The grime behind the glamour, the sleaze behind the strobe light. West recreates an era without romanticizing it, letting the texture of VHS-era Los Angeles settle into every frame. Between the synth pulses and the washed-out starlights and the fever dream nightclub energy, it all feels immersive rather than referential. You're not watching a recreation of the 80s, you feel like you've been dropped right into it. What makes Maxine such a satisfying finale is how confidently it ties the trilogy back into its themes, ambition, identity, and the cost of carving your name in the world. Maxine Minx has always been a character walking a tightrope between desperation and destiny, and here she gets the ending that matches her fire. West doesn't overplay the finale or try to top himself for the sake of it. Instead, he closes the story with style, certainty, and a wicked sense of fun. With Maxine, Ty West delivers a final chapter that feels big, bold, and fully earned. And Mia Goth once again proves she's the heartbeat of one of the most exciting modern horror trilogies we've had in years. And it is. I love this trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
I love the way her and Pearl are two sides of the same coin. I love the way it's just, you see Pearl fall one way and Maxine fall the other way. Yeah. And that's all it is. Same ambition, same fucking goals, same,
except one was able to use it properly.
Mm-hmm. And I suppose, again, it shows the difference between time. When your era, when are you born, where you come from.
If you've been born into the right era. Yeah.
I mean, Maxine is essentially just Pearl born
when she should have been
years later.
Exactly.
It's awesome. I really enjoyed doing it. I was waiting to do it on the main show because I knew he had been talking about making more. And then just recently I saw him kind of say, probably not going to make any more. I'm probably done.
It's perfect. So you want to add it.
We're probably going to move on to something else. So I was like, okay, if you're going to move on, I'm going to crack on. So let's do this.
Nice.
Even though it felt like a mountain of a job.
You got through it though. And we got a few good episodes out of it.
Yes, we did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's us done for this week. I am ready to go curl up and try and recuperate a little bit. You can check out everything on the Horrorverse right now for $5 a month with a 7-day free trial. Also, if you don't want to sign up for the free trial straight away and you want to test us out and you want to have a look, now's the time to do it. For Christmas, we are offering a shit ton of freebies. We have Playing with Bones and Celebrity Rap Sheet first seasons going up weekly, one episode at a time for free. For you to check them out. For just the first season, you got to pay for the rest. We have, like I said earlier, to you, not to anybody else yet, actually.
It was to me.
On the main show this coming week, we have Black Christmas, and the week after, we are going to give you a 2-part Ed Gein biography that we did on the bonus show. It's a live action while we were doing the Bates saga.
Yep.
And on the Horrorverse headlines, not next week, but the week after, we will also be giving another It's a Live Action away for free, where we look at all the great movies from 2025. So it's a great time to go over and check out the Horrorverse network right now on patreon.com/the Horrorverse network. Plus, you get to see all of Amy Rose's sexy, gorgeous pictures that are going up all over Christmas. And there's some good Christmas ones going up there as well. And some really good. All your cosplay ones are getting really good too.
Thank you.
I'm enjoying them.
Thank you.
Really enjoying them.
Separate rooms tonight.
And whoever keeps saving them on fucking Instagram's clearly enjoying them too. Anyway.
It's really you.
We love you. Keep watching.
No, I said it's really you. Not.
I thought you said it was really ooh.
Whatever, like.
All right, we'll be back next week with more tales from the Horrorverse. See you all then. Same Alive Lifetime, same Horrorverse channel. Okay, love you. Bye-bye.